Hey guys, the year 2023 is coming to an end, which means you are almost there, you almost made it. Congratulations. It's been a really difficult time this year around for the industry. With the writer strikes, actor strike, AI rise, with all those BS going on, it's been really rough for us artists and for those who specifically work within the animation industry. And even more so if you're a recent graduate or you've been trying to find a job since few years, you might find it really challenging to navigate, maybe sometimes feel a bit confused on like what is going on really. And today I'm here to tell you there's nothing wrong with you. It's not you, it's kind of them, but also sometimes it might be you. So my goal with this video is to provide you some comfort, but also to get into some of the reasons that potentially you didn't consider when it comes to your art development, your career development, and find potential resolutions as well. So let's dive in. Okay, so number one, I don't think I will blow your mind by saying that your location matters a lot. However, does it really determine everything here in this day and age with remote working and all that stuff? Not necessarily, but then we still have obstacles like work authorization, sponsorship, visas, etc. So here's the thing. Not many people necessarily realize you don't have to work for Netflix directly to get a Netflix credit. What I mean by that, you don't have to go to LA, be hired by Netflix Animation and work on Netflix cartoon to, be credited as an animator. Actually, Netflix, they do use a lot of vendor studios. And what vendor studio is it's basically a smaller studio abroad that a big company like Netflix or DreamWorks commission produce the show. A good example of that is Karma's World, that is broadcasted on Netflix but actually being produced in Ireland. So let's say you are EU citizen, you have EU work authorization, you don't have American work authorization. Can you work on American shows and get the credit? Yes, you do. Do you have to get the sponsorship visa to work in the US? No, absolutely don't. And there are so many studios like that, not just in Europe. In this case, I really advise everyone to do really proper research of what is going on locally, like closer home, closer to where legally you can already work. So stuff like work authorizations are not like another thing that weighs down your chances of getting job. But then the question is, okay, but like I really want to work at Disney, like Disney Future Films, and they don't use vendor studios. Does it mean like it's never gonna happen for you? Not necessarily either, because they do sponsor people, but besides that, they also do contracts and freelance work with people who are based abroad. So that's also like another alternative. Essentially what I'm saying here, your location might be your disadvantage, yes, but in some cases, sometimes you don't do a research, you're not aware of vendor studios, and that also works in your disadvantage. The moment you will get the information and know what is going on, that will increase your chances and get that location matter a bit, less relevant to your whole thing of being able to get in. Another thing is very controversial for some reason whenever I talk about it, but you're not helping yourself if you wanna be just a 2D artist. The hard truth is that in the whole job market, 2D roles are like a very, 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 very small percentage. And I'm not saying that just by being a 3D artist, just by knowing 3D, you have it guaranteed you're gonna get a job. But listen, if like only 2% of jobs in the market are 2D and 97% require 3D one way or another, like you can do the math here, what is actually increasing your chances of doing it. And it's kind of up to you if you will challenge yourself and develop more skills. What I notice is that everyone like wants to be a character designer, let's say, and the demand from employers for character designers is really small. So for instance, if you really want to be a character designer, just check out other things, like check out character modeling, character rigging, costume modeling, surfacing. Like there are so many things you can do where you can still work on characters if that's something what you like. And I'm not saying that you should like abandon your dream of being that particular role. No, I'm just saying, just do both. Like, make a plan A, plan B, plan C, and secure yourself and your future. Like, personally, I was always intending to be a 2D artist, but at some point, like, life made me, have to learn other things like production, management, surfacing. I'm also learning a lot of 3D stuff right now just to develop my skills, to make myself more desirable as an employee from a perspective of a studio. You just have to follow the trends and know what's gonna be the next big thing in the industry. Like, for example, many people are aware that Unreal Engine might be used in TV series pipeline, even though it's a game engine. So nuances like that might push you really further. As long as you are open to get out of your comfort zone, you'll be fine. When it comes to your portfolio, as hard as it gets, yes, definitely your craftsmanship might be something that's not letting you to get in. The difficult part about this issue is that for you, it's really hard to objectively judge your skills and objectively determine if you are an industry standard person. We're artists. It's almost impossible for us to look at our own work and judge it in the most neutral way possible. So what do you do about it? Try to get as many portfolio reviews as you can. The more, the better. Go to LinkedIn. Try to find people who hold the role that you want to do. Send them a polite message and just say, like, hey, you are at the place I want to be in the future. You're like my role model. I love your work and I just wonder what I can do, what steps I can take to get to that place. Few minutes of your time and just take a look at my portfolio and give me a very honest opinion where I'm standing, what else can I do to eventually get to that place. So yeah, just be open for the critique and for the honesty. Never take anything personally. I know it's hard, it's your art, but this is also your work, so you must be very professional about the thing that you produce. Another thing that intertwines with portfolio matters is your website. I've been hiring people. I've seen a lot of portfolios and resumes. I've seen some portfolios that had such a weird web design. I don't know. But their work, even if it was great, was kind of like burning under the clumsiness that came with designing the website. Hey, it's fair enough. Like, we are doing already quite a lot as animators, as artists. We don't have to be amazing web designers, but in that case, just do a simple portfolio website, because the more you trying to like complicate it, make it more fun, chaotic websites are making good art looking chaotic as well, unfortunately. So just be aware of that as well. What if I tell you that your success of getting the job in the industry is 50% your portfolio, your talent, whatever, but just as much, another 50% is how you network, connect, trying to be present in this community. And yes, networking is the easiest for people who are based in California. That's why if you will look at your favorite artists, your, people who work on your favorite shows, you might realize that many of them are either, from California or just from the US overall. It's not very often to find people who are not American, who are working on those stuff, and visa is not the only reason why. Another reason is also because it's just hard to network. So what can you do about it? We live in a virtual age. Now it's getting easier for us who can't be necessarily over there in the center of it all. For instance, you can join societies, like you can join Women in Animation. You can also join our Discord, because we have a server where we have a lot of professionals and students as well. You can make friends and you can join panels with professional speakers. So that's pretty cool. There are so many options. Many people don't necessarily spend a lot of time on networking. They just have coded in their head. They just have to work on the craft. I think that the talent should defend itself by being, amazing. But it is what it is. It's a very competitive industry. We did kind of expected it to demand way more from us than it actually should. So yeah, network like crazy. For the end of this video, circling back to the economy and the world situation, if you couldn't get a job this year or even last year, listen, it's hard. It is really hard. It's hard even for really experienced artists. Like, don't blame yourself, just chill. If you're having issues with getting in, don't give up. Don't be like, okay, I'm not good for it, I'm giving up, I don't want to do this anymore. Many projects will be picked up back again, and I think, you know, once we hit rock bottom, once we're going down, at some point the only thing we can do from now on is going up. This downside situation is not gonna last forever. It's just up to you if you wanna, you know, get through that, wait it out. In the meantime, make a new strategy how you're gonna tackle your career development. And yeah, I hope this was helpful, a little bit comforting. It is comforting to think it's not always just us, and it's not always us, you know, putting in that amazing hard work and not getting anything in return, because sometimes we are just at the wrong place and wrong time. Let's hope next year, in the next upcoming years, we all are gonna be at the right place and at the right time. Alright, thank you for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe, come to our Discord. Hopefully I will see you all over there. Go to my TikTok. We are just trying to, you know, support each other in this demanding industry. And yeah, good luck to everybody who came till the end of this video. Bye bye.